All right, welcome back. Christian here, Lucky's out back, and these are my picks for Week 7 on DraftKings. Real quick with the concentration, the way it's going to go this week for the early slate. Um, Early slate's a mess. I really don't know what to do with it. This is just like a really kind of week where I really don't like fantasy football, especially DFS. But this is what we're going to roll with, and I'm going to stand by it. We're going to use Patrick Mahomes all day. He's going to be our guy, the highest implied point total of the week. It's the Kansas City offense against the really poor Tennessee passing defense. So we're going to keep it pretty simple there and just go with Patrick Mahomes all day. Um, as far as running backs for the AM, it looks like we're going to be going with Cordell Patterson, Aaron Jones, and Damian Harris. Just kind of gross all the way around. Nothing really to like about it. But these are the three highest home favorites of the week. And when all else fails, we can at least do that, and it makes sense. So that's what we're going to do. Cordell Patterson, not a home favorite. I have to be corrected. He is on the road against Miami. Not exactly sure how he's even my final cut at 6,200, but he's probably not going to be used at all. It's probably going to be low ownership. That game could get out of hand. So that's just kind of how I'm looking at it. Tight ends, even bigger dumpster fire than usual. We're just going to go to Ricky Seals Jones Jr. again, just because we know he's going to be on the field. Ricky Seals Jones Jr. 3,700. What we'll see. Defense. Patriots against the Jets at home. Largest home favorite. Right around the largest home favorite. Patriots against the Jets. So about seems pretty obvious if you ask me, but it's defense, so we'll see. Wide receivers, I'm feeling even grosser about for the AM. I'm gonna go with gonna put a Byron Pringle up with Patrick Mahomes and hope that Pringle's 2 or 3 targets turn into 9 points or something like that. That's just kind of how I'm approaching it. The rest of the receivers, there's some good guys out there, very popular guys. Today I'm just going to fade them. With the build that I'm doing, I'm not really getting to anything too expensive. So Marquise Brown, once again, gross, but nobody's going to own these guys. That's the only thing that I've got going for me on this AM slate is that nobody's going to own this lineup, and probably for good reason. And then we're going to round it out with Jalen Waddle. Miami and Atlanta throw the ball just about as much as anybody's going to throw a football. This Sunday, there might be 100 throws in that game almost, but so Jalen Waddle, especially if Parker misses, it sounds like he's going to miss this morning. I'll have to double check that. But if Parker misses, Waddle's definitely in for us today. So that is my gross AM lineup for today. This is where the concentration is going to be. Once again, we're looking at Mahomes, Cordell Patterson, Aaron Jones, Damian Harris, Ricky Seals Jones Jr., and Byron Pringle, Marquise Brown, and Jalen Waddle. I will let you know how I did. Anyway, moving on to the all-day slate. All-day slate I do feel better about. I do like the backhand, the 4-game afternoon part of the slate way better than I like the morning part. With that being said, we are going to stick with Patrick Mahomes this week because he's Patrick Mahomes. Locking in the 3 highest home favorites of the week, we will be running Darrell Henderson Jr., Leonard Fournette, and Aaron Jones. They're the highest home favorites, so that's just kind of what we do. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be our stud up top. He's about the only thing we're paying up for wide receiver really this week. And we're just going to hope for the 2 TDs against his old team in a blowout situation. Just because it's a blowout situation doesn't mean that one of the receivers doesn't go off. Good probability one of the receivers goes off. I like him today. Danny Amendola, running back on that same game. Danny Amendola, target monster, $3,000. Just how we're going to make our lineups work today. Uh, Sticking with this game, looks like we're running their Cardinals defense as well. It's probably just something we had to squeeze in there. Probably couldn't get all the way to the Jets for the all-day lineup, so looks like we just had to back up a little bit and take the Cardinals. Once again, large home favorites. In a pretty good spot. I think they could be okay. And then we're rounding out the wide receiver core with Quaz Watkins. As of now, things could change. Waiting on Darren Waller news. Yeah, no, this is the kind of week I just really don't like for fantasy football. But and then since it's not gross enough, looks like I've got OJ Howard in there too. Yeah, no, this is getting grosser by the minute. I doubt anybody will have this lineup. I will be very esoteric and contrarian this week apparently, and I hope all my money doesn't go away. So that's what I'm doing this week so far. It's 9:30. Go look at these final reports and see if anything weird has happened in the last 15 minutes or so. Not feeling too confident about it. Was liking it earlier in the week. Maybe I get lucky. Anyhow, that's the video. I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to post it so y'all can see it and let you know that at least not only am I putting my money where my mouth is, I'm putting my videos where my mouth is. So it's for posterity. Anyway, folks, good luck out there today and have a good one.